Cadillac is selling just under 1,000 CT6 luxury turnpike dominators a month here in America, a relatively small volume already split between a couple of engine choices and a few trim levels. So it might seem intriguing that Cadillac is adding an entirely new drivetrain to the CT6 mix, a plug-in hybrid. The salvation of every company in the world selling anything from cigarettes to sedans lies in the vast, untapped underbelly of the Chinese market. That market offers depending on whom you ask somewhere between 1 and 2 billion people. Throughout most of the last 100 and something years, while the rest of the world was driving, China was developing its transportation infrastructure around more efficient means that didn't include private automobile ownership. While Henry Ford was cranking out Model Ts for $675, the enormous Chinese market was walking, bicycling or taking the bus. That has all changed in the last couple decades, and the demand for consumer items is exploding. Car companies flew to China and set up factories all across the country, and GM was right along with them. Among other facilities, GM has a $1.22 billion factory in Shanghai making nothing but Cadillacs. If you build it over there, they will come. And you won't have to pay import tariffs. In fact, if you include in your luxury car an eco-friendly drivetrain or two, what is officially known as a new energy vehicle or NEV, your customers and you save what economists call a ton of money. So this splendid CT6 plug-in is built in China with the Chinese market in mind. The CT6 plug-ins sold in the United States will all be imported from China. The non-plug-in CT6s will continue to be built in Detroit. The CT6 plug-in is the latest variant of GM's still relatively new Omega platform, which so far supports only the Cadillac CT6 in both rear and all-wheel drive. The hybrid model we're looking at here is rear drive only. Power comes from a 265 horsepower 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gas engine mounted longitudinally and mated to two 100 horsepower electric motors encased in Cadillac's new electric variable transmission. Cadillac calls this new powertrain a blended hybrid. Total system power from all this technology, what you get when you combine outputs from the gas engine and the two electric motors, is 335 horsepower and 432 pounds-to-foot of torque. Horsepower about matches the non-turbo AWD V6 CT6 model, though torque is way up, 0-60 times are a match at 5.2 seconds. Curb weight for the plug-in clocks in at 4,530 pounds, so getting all that weight up to 60 miles per hour in just over 5 seconds is pretty good. We got about 15 miles behind the wheel of a CT6 plug-in in LA and about that much again in the passenger seat. First thing you'll want to know is how far we got on batteries alone. It was 22.3 miles, and we weren't really lead-footing it. In fact, there were only 2 times when we really got on the gas. It did have some impressive pickup for a car this large and luxurious. We'd have liked to try a 0-60 run to see how it measured up to its claimed 5.2060. But we were in Beverly Hills/PCH/West LA surface streets, and there were 3 of us in the car, including a wide-eyed young GM engineer from Duke. The regenerative brakes can be adjusted quickly via paddles on the steering wheel to any of 4 settings. The settings change maximum decel from 0.05 grams to 0.18 grams. Unless the shifter is in manual mode, the regen settings default to 4, the softest of the bunch. As we've noticed in other hybrids, the brake pedal feel seems to change based on which braking setting we had it in. Cadillac engineers later said this is not the case, so we must have been hallucinating.